Hello, my fine friends. How are you all doing today? I myself am doing well. I'm very glad, even because Trump is pushing back against this demand for more money to be spent corona, on the corona, which I already think they're overspending. I already think they're over testing. You scrape your knee and suddenly you have COVID. That you're going to definitely die from COVID if you scrape your knee, because once you go to the hospital, that's all they care about at this moment, which is just insane in my opinion. That so many things are being marked down as COVID deaths that have some that are completely unrelated and things of that nature. I do believe that the numbers are overinflated, and we might even reach a point where we have more cases of positive corona um, virus tests than there are people living in America, because that's how far these people will go to inflate that number. Oh, yeah, we have 2 million cases of coronavirus in a town of 50,000 people. That makes complete sense. Totally understand that. Absolute idiocy. Now, we can get into the article though. White House objects to Senate GOP push for more CDC money for coronavirus testing and tracing. Which, again, I think that we all should be pushing back against this. I know that certain people don't like getting sick at all, that they can't even stand having a runny nose. I myself get sick all the time, so I just see it as a natural part of life. And I don't mind being sick, especially when the symptoms can be asymptomatic. So why am I gonna bother getting tested for something that's not affecting me? Uh, Even now, I just kind of live by myself, so I don't really interact with people either. There's not much need for it, in my opinion, in cases like mine where you don't interact with people all too much. You get your work done and things of that nature, and it's all just safe. You don't even feel sick. But I guess we have to get as many numbers on this as possible. Absolutely crazy. The White House is pushing back against Senate GOP requests to significantly ramp up funding for the Center of Disease Control and Prevention for coronavirus contact tracing and testing, a position that puts them at odds with lawmakers from both parties amid the surge of COVID cases now paralyzing parts of the country, only because they choose to let it paralyze them. Once again, I'd like to mention that yes, the cases are going up because we are over testing for it, but hospitalizations haven't gone up and deaths are actually going down. So there isn't a need for all this lockdown stuff, mandatory masks, or things of that nature anymore. We can allow ourselves to open back up. Um, People need to get back to work, honestly, and then the fear of everything closing down again uh, it can be really debilitating to some people. Mental health is a big issue, in my opinion, that's not getting any news coverage. And there's some people who really rely on their job to give them meaning in life. um, for myself, I don't really need that, but you know I understand when people do, because there can be not much going on with them. They don't really know how to interact with people. They're socially awkward and things of that nature. So they really take pride in their work. And finding meaning is just a very important thing for people. Some Senate Republicans are pushing for more money for the efforts in the next round of stimulus spending, but the White House argues that there is sufficient funding still remaining from the March stimulus law, a source with direct knowledge of the matter told CNN on Saturday. The specifics of the bill are expected to be unveiled next week, so any discussion at this point are just preliminary, and the amount of funding to propose is a moving target even among GOP members. According to a GOP source, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has kept details of the bill closely held so far. Which I have to say, even if the details were revealed, that CNN, of all places, would still criticize Trump, even if it was working for them, because they're not for helping the people, they're just anti-Trump. You would have to try to come up with a more tone-deaf position, one GOP aide said, noting that in recent days the hope had been that Trump administration would take coronavirus more seriously. They've taken it seriously enough, honestly, in an effort to make it clear to the public and voters that they were managing the crisis. The crisis has already been managed. Let us get back to work. Let everything open up. There's no need for this anymore. The Washington Post was first to report the debate between the White House and Republican senators. The administration thinks that the CDC is adequately funded at the moment and that there is still money from previous phases of relief packages that remains unspent. So why are you demanding more money? They already have the money. A senior administration official told the CNN they don't want to double or triple fund to activities and programs that still have funding because it's needless. Absolutely needless. This is how we get branches of the government that absolutely do nothing because they've already got their funding. They don't need to justify themselves anymore. So the ongoing dialogue with the Hill is to guide the resources to where they are most needed, the official said. The official added that there is no blocking of any proposed funds in a fourth phase of stimulus funding, but the administration is best suited to request certain pots of money for certain agencies. CNN has reached out to the Office of Management and Budget for comment. So really, they're just admitting that they're trying to find anything they can pick apart with that it's not good enough of a spin to just say that they don't want to stop spending or not to stop spending, that they don't want to add additional funds where it's unnecessary. So they just try to come up with more idiotic things to say about Trump. Senate Republicans were seeking to allocate $25 billion for states to conduct testing and contact tracing, but that certain administration officials want to zero out the testing and tracing money entirely, the source with direct knowledge told CNN. Why is it necessary? Let people live their lives. We don't need to trace everyone's every little interaction. The administration is looking to zero out $10 billion in new funding for the CDC while slashing spending for the Pentagon and State Department related to foreign aid. Yes, every country should be focusing on their own issues at the moment, the source told CNN. As of Saturday, nearly 3.7 million Americans have tested positive for COVID-19, according to Johns Hopkins University. Meanwhile, testing delays are increasing in the US, as CNN previously reported results can now take an average of 4 to 6 days for the general population, and in some states like Arizona, up to 3 weeks. So, there is no point in testing at that point, especially when people aren't being hospitalized for anything, that aren't dying at a dramatic rate from this. 3.7 million tested positive, and we still haven't seen a decent surge in deaths, because I guarantee you, if deaths were surging, they would not stop ragging Trump for essentially causing that situation. But only positive testing has shown up. Trump has repeatedly argued over the value of widespread coronavirus testing, claiming that more testing creates more cases. That this comes as the US is seeing a spike in cases in most states, which is obviously true, which makes sense. Why are you having such difficulty putting 2 and 2 together for this? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That does it for this article. I'm surprised about the idiocy that's gone into it and allowed to be spoken, but again, I still would defend any idiot talking, because you should never silence. Going off on a weird tangent right there. I'll stop myself and pull back for a quick moment. That about does it for me then. I don't have too much more to say on that. Once again, to recap, no, we don't need more CDC funding if they still have funding. There's no reason to push more money into their pockets. It's just going to go to the administrators anyways, who don't do anything. And the cases, once again, of course they're gonna start climbing, because once again we're over testing for some of this stuff. That about does it then. If you have any of your own thoughts you'd like to share, go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below. Otherwise, leaving a simple like helps out the channel if you don't want to bother typing out a full sentence or even that makes it sound like I'm attacking you. Sorry about that. Nah, I'll keep it in. Anyways, I hope you guys take care and enjoy the rest of your day.